I Love by Natalie Fortier, written in 2003. I love when school is out and Mama comes to pick me up. I love to twirl around very fast so my skirt flies out in a big circle. I love to watch Papa shave and to stick my finger in his shaving cream. I love to put my feet on top of Papa's and dance around the room. I love when I blow out my birthday candles for Mama to relight them so I can blow them out again. I love when I'm talking with Mama and a grown-up she doesn't know says hello to me, and Mama's surprised and asks, "Who is that? How do you know him? Does she work at your school?" I love to breathe on a cold window and trace a heart in the mist with my nose. I love the first days of spring when Mama says, "It's so beautiful today, let's eat outside." And she puts a cover on the table in the garden, and we eat radishes and strawberries. I love the sound of raindrops on my red umbrella. I love when my brother and I arguing, and he asks, "Do you want to fight?" And I say, "Okay, but no pinching, no biting, and no pulling hair." And then I love when we decide not to fight after all. I love when we brush our teeth at the same time and have a spitting contest. I love when Mama measures me and says, "This can't be right, let's double check. Are you sure you're not standing on your tiptoes? Well then, you must have grown." I love when I stay at my grandparents' house and get to write postcards to Mama and Papa. I write things like, "I slept very late today because we watched a horror movie last night and Grandma forgot to tell me to brush my teeth." I love to sprinkle cinnamon on a slice of bread and butter, blow it off at Sarah Gale, whom I don't like, and then pretend it was an accident. I love when Papa makes pancakes and pretends to flip them over my head. I love when I ask Mama silly friends questions like, "Are you married?" And she answers, "Yes, of course, aren't you?" And I explode with laughter and tell her, "I can't be married, I'm too little." And she says, "Oh, well, aren't there any little husbands?" I love it when I want to take Nene, our Irish setter, to school with me, and Mama says, "Oh no, you know very well that Nene has to go to dog school." And I say, "Really? What does she learn in dog school?" And Mama replies in her very serious voice, "Why, how to bark in French, of course. Don't pretend you don't know." I love building a fort in the garden with old pieces of wood and rags and then playing the Three Little Pigs. I love when Grandma shows me paragraphs of Mama when she was little and says, "It's amazing how much you look alike. Why, she is almost as pretty as you." I love the smell of my soft old bunny. He smells like apples, licorice, soap, roses, Mama's perfume, soup, rice, toast, wax, wet dog, and especially my warm, cozy bed in the middle of the night. I love it when we go to Aunt Sazzy's and she says, "Today is silly word day. You must use at least one silly word in every sentence. You have to say things like, 'Aunt Zaza poop. May I have a chocolate cookie?' When I cross at the crosswalk, I love to step on just the white lines. I love when we leave on vacation and Papa has packed all the luggage in the car and I'm in my pajamas because we're going to drive all night. I love when we said goodbye to the neighbors, locked up the apartment, and are at least 6 miles away, and Papa says, "It's good we're leaving in the evening. The drive will be much cooler and more comfortable. We haven't forgotten anything, have we?" And we drive a little further, and suddenly Mama says, "Oh no, I forgot the keys to the house." And Papa acts like nothing's wrong and drives a little faster, and Mama shouts, "Stop." And then Papa smiles and pulls the keys from his pocket and says, "Fortunately, there's someone in this family who thinks of things." And Mama says, "Oh, sweetheart, what would we do without you?" When I get a cut on my knee and there's a scab, I love to very slowly, very gently pick it off. I love it when I ask Mama to read the same story every single night for a week, and then I hide the book and say, "I bet you can't tell me this story by heart," and she never remembers how it starts, and then I help her because I do. I love the smell of toast in the morning. I love to plant seeds and watch them grow. I love to walk around the house in Mama's high heels. I love to pick up the petals of a daisy and say, he loves me not. He loves me a little, he loves me a lot, as I pull each one. And when I end on he loves me not, I think of my neighbor. And when I end on he loves me a little, I think of my cousin. And when I end on he loves me a lot, I think of a boy I don't know just yet. When I'm in the car, I love to read signs and billboards and names of buildings. I love words. I especially love the word chocolate. I love writing my name on the first page of a brand new notebook. I love it when I say, there's school tomorrow, and you say, maybe we won't be able to go because it's going to snow. Maybe it'll snow so much that we won't be able to get the front door open. And maybe we'll have to dig a tunnel through the snow all the way to school. That takes time, digging a tunnel as long as that. Especially when you haven't got a shovel and must dig with your hands, and when your hands are freezing because you haven't any gloves. I love it when you say that, even though it's practically summer. I love when you're collecting shells and you say, I'll be the king of clams and you'll be the queen of scallops. In the summer, I love to count the hairs on Papa's chest while he's lying on the beach. I can never count them all. I love it when Dr. Supo taps on my knee with his little hammer and my leg moves all by myself. I love to feel the wind against my hand when our car is going fast. I love Sunday night when Mama says, I don't know what to make for dinner, and Papa says, what about pancakes? And then we all say, what about pancakes? I love putting all my barrettes in my hair at the same time, the one with the butterfly, the one with the ladybug, and the one with the ruby and the three little ones, blue, yellow, and green. I love to dress up in costumes. I love to find a piece of very old chewing gum and chew and chew and chew until it's soft and good for blowing bubbles.